Guys, and welcome back to my channel. If today is your first time visiting my channel, please hit the subscribe button at the bottom of this video and also click on the notification icon so that we all grow together. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your loyalty and thank you for returning back to my channel. Today we are looking at the group tags, which is 0x11C printf. So as you can see, the weight on this project is 5. When you compare this to the other single project that we normally do, you can see that this is far higher than those projects. So these are the various concepts that we are supposed to look at before we can do this particular group project. Now when we come over here, these are some of the resources that we are supposed to look at. So if you want to have an in-depth understanding of this particular group tags, which is the printf, then you need to read or watch some of these resources over here. Now this is the general requirements. So the allow editors, we have the VI, the Vim, and the Emacs. And also all your files will be compiled on Ubuntu 20.04 long-term support, which is the LTS, using GCC, using the options that we have over here. And also make sure all your files end with a new line. It is mandatory that we have a readme file at the root of the folder of the project. Now your code should use the Betty style because it will be checked using the Betty style. In this tags, which is the printf tags, you are not allowed to use global variables. And also you shouldn't have more than 5 functions per file. In the following examples, the main.c files are shown as example. So when you come down over here, we have the main.c file over here, which is shown as example to us. Then the prototype of all your functions should be included in your header file called main.h. So all the functions that we'll be writing in our printf project, all the prototypes should be inside the main.h header file. And also don't forget to push your header file. All your header files should be include guarded. Note that we will not provide the putchar function for this project. Now please listen to this very carefully. You must make sure that there should be only one project repository per group. The other member in the group should not fork or clone the project to their repository. Otherwise, you risk a chance of scoring 0%. So what your partner or your project partner can do is to launch his or her console, navigate to where his or her projects are, and clone the repo into his or her console. Then when they are done working on the tags, they can now push it to the same repo on GitHub. Now these are the authorized functions and macros that we can use. We have the write, we have malloc, we have free, we have va start, we have va end, va copy, and va add. Now if you want to learn more or know more about these functions and macros, then you have to look at their manual pages. To do that, you write man2 write, then for malloc is man3 malloc, for free is man3 free, for va start. So for you to be able to read more about them, you have to look at their manuals. Now our code will be compiled this way. So anytime after you are done writing your script, you run this particular code and this will compile your code. Now as a consequence, be careful not to push any C file containing a main function in the root directory of your project. You could have a test folder containing all your test files including main functions. So without much to say, let's dive in. Before we start this particular project, the first thing that you are supposed to do is to launch your console. Now after launching your console, navigate to the root directory, so which is cd root, then you hit enter. Now for us to be sure we are in the root, we can ls because the root contains all our projects. Then in this root, you can now clone your repo from GitHub. To do that, you are going to use this particular. So after a successful cloning, you can see that after cloning our repo, we can see it over here. So it is inside this particular repository that will be performing these group tasks. So for us to be able to work inside, we have to now cd into this particular repository and hit enter. So over here when we ls, you can see that it is just empty. So the next thing is, if your partner has already done his part of the task, then you are supposed to do git pull to pull everything from the GitHub repository, so that you can also now write your update, work on the script, and now re-push back to GitHub. But if you are the first person working on the task, then you can now create your readme file. But since my partner has already started the project, so I'm going to take you guys through step by step. Our project, the first thing that we are supposed to do is to create our readme file. So to do that, you type vi, then readme.md, then hit enter. So this is our readme file. So maybe I can, because this is a group project, so group project. So for you to be able to enter the insertion mode so that you edit, you click I on your keyboard, then you can now make your update. So group project, then I'll put weight equal to 5. Then these are all the tags and their what? Descriptions. So I can come here, then handle the following conversion specifiers. I'll place it over here. Then the next one too is on and on and on. So this is my readme file. So after you are done typing your readme file, the next thing that you are supposed to do is to click escape on your keyboard, then you type :wq and hit enter. Then from there you can do git add, then readme.md. Then you can now do git commit -m created readme. Then you can now do git push. So after a successful push, you can see that we have our readme file pushed to our GitHub repository successfully. So we can now move on to the next task. Now the next task is, we are supposed to create our main.c. And when you look over here, you can see that our main.c has been provided for us over here. So we are going to make use of this particular code. Now before I forget, I'll provide a link to in the description below to all the scripts and codes I'll be typing, so that you can click on the link, have access to the code, and follow my lead step by step. Please, in case you are watching this video and you are following the tasks and you face any error, pause the video, restart the video, and follow me step by step, so that we all grow together, and also you'll be able to have an in-depth understanding of our printf function. So the next thing that we are going to do is to create our main.c. So to do that, you type vi main.c, hit enter on your keyboard. Then in the command mode, you hit I on your keyboard to enter the insertion mode. Then you can now type your code. After typing your code, you can enter escape on your keyboard to enter the command mode. Then you type :WQ so that you'll be able to exit. So the W is for saving and the Q is for exiting. Now before you push your code to GitHub, be sure to use Betty to check whether your code is, the syntax of your code is correct. After creating your main.c, the next thing that we are supposed to do is to create our main.h. So to do that, you type vi main.h, hit enter. Now in the command mode, hit I on your keyboard to enter the insertion mode. Then you can now type your. After typing your code, hit escape on your keyboard and click on :WQ and hit enter. So after typing your main.h, we can now use Betty to check our main.h. So after a successful check, we can now do git add git commit -m created main.h, then git push. The next thing for us to create now is to create our printf, this particular function. So to do that, you copy the name over here, come back to your terminal and type printf. So you just type printf, so vi, then you type vi, paste it, .c and hit enter. So to be able to type your code, hit I on the keyboard, then you can now enter the insertion mode, then you can now type your code. So when you are done typing your code, hit escape on your keyboard, then you type :WQ. Now when you come to tag 0, you can see that we are supposed to write a function that produces output according to a format. And the prototype that we are making use of, which is inside the header, is this particular one. That is why when you come over here, you can see our function over here. So we are creating the function from our function prototype, which is in the header file. Now returns the number of characters printed, excluding the null byte used to end output to strings. Write output to standard output, then which is the standard output string. Format is a character string, so the format string is composed of 0 or more directives. Then printf for more details. You need to handle the following conversion specifiers. We have C, S, and modulo. So you don't have to reproduce the buffer handling of the C library printf function. You don't have to handle the flag characters. You don't have to handle field width. You don't have to handle precision. And also you don't have to handle the length modifiers. So that is why you can see all of these things that we are seeing, all of them over here. So after you are done typing your code, hit escape on your keyboard to enter the command mode, then you type :WQ. The W will save it and the Q will return you back to the previous page. Then you hit enter. After that, you can use Betty to check your printf. After a successful check, you can now do git add then git commit -m, git commit -m. Then so from here you can now check your code. As you can see, we have our done over here. Then the next one is education is when you read the fine print. Experience is what you get if you don't. So this is what we are supposed to handle. We are supposed to handle the following conversion specifiers, D and I. And you don't have to handle the flag characters. You don't have to handle field width. You don't have to handle precision. And also you don't have to handle the length modifiers. So to do that, we are going to create functions. So the first one that we are going to create is going to be vi, then functions dot c. Then you hit enter. Now in the command mode, just hit I on your keyboard and you can write your code. I'll provide the code in the description below. So this is our code, which is the function. So this particular one is printing car. Okay, this is the first code that we have over here. So this code is for print, this function is for printing characters. Then this particular function is for printing string. That's what, string of literals. Then this particular function is for printing percent sign. So printing our percent signs for this particular function. Then this particular function is for printing int. Then the last one over here is for printing binary. So when you are done, you hit escape on your keyboard, then you type :WQ. Then you can now do git add git commit -m created functions.c, then git push. Task 2 is saying, with a face like mine, I do better in print. So this is the next thing that we are supposed to handle. Handle the following custom conversion specifiers. That's B. The unsigned int argument is converted to binary. So right now, okay, we can run this particular code. So the next code that we are writing is our second function. So we are going to have vi functions 1.c and hit enter. After typing your code, hit escape on your keyboard to enter the command mode. Then from there you can type WQ. You can type :WQ to save and exit. Then the next one is for us to create the third function. So that is going to be vi functions 2.c. Then you hit enter. After typing your code, hit escape on your keyboard and type :WQ to save and exit. Then you can now add. So the next script we are creating is the get flags script. So to do that, we type vi get flags.c and hit enter. Then in the command mode, hit I to enter the insertion mode and type your code. So after typing your vi get flag.c, then in the command mode you hit I to enter the insertion mode. Then you can now type your code. After typing your code, hit escape on your keyboard and type :WQ to save and return back to the previous page. Then you can now do git add git commit -m created flags.c. Then git push. Then after pushing, the next file that we are going to create is our get size. So to do that, you type vi get underscore size.c, then you hit enter. Then in the command mode, hit I on your keyboard to enter the insertion mode and type your code. After typing your code, hit escape on your keyboard and type :wq and hit enter. Then we can now do git add git commit -m created get size, then git push. Then the next file that we will create is our precision. So to do that, we are going to do vi get underscore precision.c and hit enter. After typing your code, hit escape on your keyboard and type :wq and hit enter. Then from here we can now do git add, then git commit -m, then the message is created get precision. Then we now do git push. Then the next file that we are going to create is our width, the file that is going to get the width for us. So to do that, we type vi get width.c, then you hit enter. After typing your code, hit escape on your keyboard and type :wq to exit. Then from here you do git add git commit -m, then created get width. Then you now do git push to push to GitHub. Please, I will provide a link in the description below to all the codes that we have used in this task. And also there will be a full video coming soon on printf. So please, if you are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button and also click on the notification icon. And also, if you are a returning subscriber, please click on the notification icon so that when the new video arrives, you'll be able to get a notification so that we all grow together. Then the next file that we'll be creating is our handle print. So the script that is going to handle our print. So to do that, we type vi handle print.c and hit enter. Then in the command mode, you hit I on your keyboard to enter the insertion mode, then you type your code. After typing your code, hit escape on your keyboard and type :wq to save and exit to the previous page. Then we now do git add, then git commit -m created handle underscore print. Then you can now do git push. The next file that we are going to create is our utils.c. So to do that, we type vi then utils.c, then you hit enter. Then you click on I on your keyboard to enter the insertion mode, then you type your code. After typing your code, hit escape on your keyboard, then you type :wq and exit. Then from here we can now do git add, git commit -m created utils.c, then git push. Then from here, the next file that we are going to create is our write handle. So to do that, we type vi write handlers.c, then you hit enter. Then in the command mode, you hit I on your keyboard to enter the insertion mode, then you type your code. After typing your code, hit escape on your keyboard, then you type :wq and hit enter. Then over here you type git add, then git commit -m, then the message can be created handlers. Then you do git push to GitHub repository. So when you are done with all the code, then you come to the top here, come over here, and you copy this particular code. Come to your terminal and paste it and hit enter. Writing the codes, okay? Then you come here, then you copy this particular script. Come back to your terminal, then you paste. After that, you hit enter. After a successful execution, when you ls, you can now see that it has created a file called a.out for you. Now you must make sure you don't push your main.c file to GitHub. So to do that, you can now create a folder called tests. Then you can now move your main.c file into it. So we are going to do that right now. Then from here, you can now push your code to GitHub and you can now check your codes. So as you can see over here, we now have the greens over here. That means all our codes has executed successfully. Please like the video and share to others so that they can also subscribe to my channel so that we all grow together. Thank you.